Story. Credit to the artist whomever they might be. Thank you for drawing this with all my favorite ships. Asterisk. Tilda Midoriya Pav Tilda. Todoroki and I quickly made our way to Kirishima's room and opened the door. What is happening? Kachan was yelling while Kirishima was holding him back. On the other side Kaminari, Shiro, Tokiyami, Sato, and Ojiro were tying up Mineta and trying to get him out of the room. Bakugo, calm down. Shut up, shitty hair. Someone need to teach this pervert a lesson, he yelled while many explosions occurred in his hands. Quickly the Kaminari and Ojiro rushed out of the room carrying a cocoon wrapped in tape, probably Mineta. After a couple of minutes Kirishima got Bakugo to calm down and Kota brought out some sweets for us to eat. Everyone sighed as they grabbed for a cookie, cupcake, or brownie. Hi guy, I said, still processing what just happened. What was so important that I had to be here? Midoriya, Kirishima said and walked over to me putting his arm around my shoulder. Todoroki sat down next to Tokiyami, who was eating a mini apple pie. Where is Iida? I said looking around the room. As soon as I said that Kaminari, Ojiro, and Iida came into the room. Ojiro and I, Kaminari said while walking to sit back down, locked Mineta in his room. Everyone sat down except for Iida, who seemed ready for some sort of top-secret mission. Where did you go, Iida? Kirishima asked. Well, I was informed that this was a very important meeting, so I brought a notebook and a pen to take notes, he said while straightening his glasses. Smart. I should have brought my notebook too. Kaminari said, I don't think it is that kind of meeting. Kirishima smiled while standing up. Today we are going to talk about relationships because if I am being honest, you guys need help. I flushed pink remembering what I almost did this morning. Right, I need to tell them this. What the fuck am I here then? Well, we need someone to tell the cold hard truth, don't we? I will hurt you, you phone charger. Kirishima chuckled. Actually, you're right, Kaminari. Bakugo slumped down and grabbed Cookie saying, TCH, don't expect me to say anything. Anyways, I will just list the people who need help. Wait, Kirishima, don't do that. Okay, so the people are Todoroki with Momo, Ojiro with Hagakure, Tokiyami with Asui, Kaminari with Jiro, Midoriya with Ochako, and surprisingly Iida with Hatsume. Every one of us blushed, whether as be faintly or just a tomato, except for those who were excluded from the list and Iida, who was too busy writing down the information. Wait, he could be blushing behind the notebook. Maybe, but when has he talked to Hatsume? Anyways, Kirishima continued looking over at Todoroki. This one is the first who need help. Todoroki sighed and nodded in agreement. Promoted stories. You'll also like. Tell me, Namjoon FF, check mark. 52.9k 1.4k and quad. Who is she? And quad. She is my daughter and quad. Tilda. From the age of 16, Kim Yoonli got nothing but criticizing looks and dirty words. All she wanted was the boy she called her nightmare. 1.8 M101k. Roses and cigarettes. She was someone who likes to be in her shell and he was someone who likes to break all the shells. And quad. Janoon Ban Chuki H. Incredibles 2 crossovers. 10.2k 262. Shortly after the Parr family and their friends finish their missions, Helen Parr, Elastigirl, Judy Hopps Wild, Telekibunny, and Ace Indestructidog are given a new artificially organic 1.9k 78. What is Kane? Is he an AI? Is he human? Is he artificially organic? This fic follows Kane and his thoughts as he works through why he feels so empty. And panics is high. Stained Toga x Izuku. 43.6k 553. First fan FIC because I got bored. I do not own the cover image or characters mentioned. Persico. 31.3k 850. After the war with Gia ended, Annabeth couldn't do it anymore. She couldn't just stay the same. She had to change something. So she told Percy she just needed her SP. Hidden Marriage. Amazing Husband open black lens bracket finale close black lens bracket. 228k 29.3k. Hash book -3 last book of Hidden Marriage series. Fire Red Heart. This book is the continuation of the first and second book and quad. Hidden Marriage, Amazing Husband, and quad. If you guys, what do you need help with? We all asked. I told Kirishima and Mina that Momo and I were a couple and on a date, but the truth is that I just confessed to her that night and we haven't spoken yet. He said while staring at all of us. Quote, I know I wasn't thinking. You're an idiot. We all turned to see Bakugo on his phone laying down and looking uninterested. Bakugo, Kirishima said looking behind him. Bakugo looked up, scoffed at Todoroki and stated, just talk to ponytails. It's so sickening seeing you two looks to each other constantly without making a move. Todoroki froze and looked away, a slight blush on his cheeks. Bakugo then turned to all of us again and started ranting, that goes for all of you. Just fucking confess already, you idiots. Suddenly he turned to look at me, and you the worst of all, Deku, you are living with your crush and you haven't made a move yet. A blush rose to my face as everyone stared at me. Actually, that's what I need to talk with you guys about. I paused and sighed looking up again. I sort of almost kissed Uraraka when she was sleeping. Why didn't you kiss her then? I can't just do that, Kirishima. You know she likes you already. I know, but I want to go on a date before I kiss her, I said with a blush. Then go on a date, Kaminari stated, gobbling up another cookie. True, that is the best action to take, Midoriya. Dates are said to be a great way to improve one's relationship. Ojiro joined in the conversation saying, then why don't you ask Hatsume on a date, Iida? Nonsense, Iida said as he flipped the pages of his notebook, then showing it to Ojiro. There is a time and place for everything, so I will ask Hatsume when I have time to win my schedule. We all looked at Iida and laughed. At least Iida is interested in dating though. How do I ask her on a date though? I asked. Just ask her, you shitty nerd. I chuckled nervously while scratching the back of my head. I guess that is the best way, just plain and simple, huh? Lucky, we heard Kaminari whisper under his breath. Lucky, I asked. Yeah, you're lucky, Midoriya. You get to spend time with your crush. Every time I try to talk to Jiro and make jokes, she runs away or she threatens me with her ear jacks if I say something stupid. Kaminari looked down on the floor with a blush. I just want to talk to her. Tokiyami all of a sudden agreed to say that. I'm too shy to talk to Asui, that I end up saying only a few words. Fucking talk to them then. They're just human, not a goddess. Both Kaminari and Tokiyami seems to be happy to hear that and looked excited to do just that. Actually, I am the opposite, Ojiro said with a nervous chuckle. Hagakure seems always eager to talk to me, but it's hard to get her alone sometime. Kirishima smiled. Ask her on a date then. Wait, so are we all gonna ask our crushes on a date? Kaminari asked, looking around curiously. We all looked at each other and nodded except for Sato and Kota, who were eating the sweets and watching us like we were in a movie. Bakugo was still on his phone looking angry, probably because of how dense we all are. Kaminari looked pleased to know that he wasn't the only one inviting a girl on a date. Kirishima smiled. I guess this meeting is a success thanks to Bakugo shouting at all of your guys. Shut up, shitty hair, I didn't help. Anyways, why don't we? Before Kirishima could finish his sentence, he looked down at his phone that signaled a notification. He seemed to read something and he started to grin. Let's go to the living room then, and why don't we play a game? What kind of game? A board game. Video game. Well, I thought that since we are asking our crush on a date, the person who asks first wins because they will be the most manly man. Win what? Todoroki said as he finished with being embarrassed. Kirishima looked over at Bakugo. Bakugo said another, TCH. Kirishima pondered the prize again and smiled when an idea came to mind. Bakugo will only call you by your name for a week. I didn't agree on the shitty hair. Best prize ever, Kaminari stated. Shut the fuck up, phone charger. Oh, don't worry, you won't be saying that soon. He said and smiled. Let's go, guys. All of us started exiting Kirishima's room, bringing the snacks we had with us, preparing to play the game that seemed to be more enticing by the minute. If I ask Uraraka out, Bakugo won't say Deku to me for a week, and I paused and smiled. I could go on a date with her, just to two of us, blank, underscore, blank, underscore. I didn't read over this, so there are probably mistakes. Sorry for that, and have a good night or day everyone, and stay safe. Tilda the Final Night Fury. Where stories live. Discover now.